When Brett Young stepped back on stage for what fans believed was a routine show, no one could have predicted the emotional avalanche that was about to unfold, and if you weren't there or haven't seen what happened, you're seriously missing one of the most unforgettable moments in country music this year. Because this wasn't just a performance, it was a raw, deeply human comeback that silenced every doubter and reignited a fire in the hearts of fans coast to coast, beginning with a simple, soulful strum of his guitar that immediately dropped the noise in the venue to a whisper as people leaned in, sensing something bigger was happening, and as the first notes of an unreleased acoustic ballad drifted through the air, the crowd, stunned into silence, began to realize they were witnessing not just Brett's return but a resurrection of the artist they'd always loved, now evolved, matured, and emotionally armed with stories the world hadn't heard until now. Because what Brett delivered wasn't just music, it was confession, healing, and a masterclass in connecting with thousands without saying a word outside of song, and when he paused between verses, visibly holding back tears, then let them fall mid-chorus, the venue didn't erupt, it collectively exhaled, because in that moment every fan knew they were inside something sacred, a chapter in Brett's life that he'd only now found the strength to share. And it wasn't just about lyrics or vocals, it was the way he moved, slower, more deliberate, locking eyes with the crowd as if begging them to really hear this new version of him, and they did, because by the time he transitioned into In Case You Didn't Know, the audience was singing with him, not above him or below him, but with him, as one voice, one pulse, one memory being written in real time. And then came the surprise no one was ready for. A guest appearance from a Nashville legend who walked out unannounced, embraced Brett, and joined him in a harmonized verse that felt like a passing of the torch, or maybe the blessing he'd been quietly waiting for all along. And while the internet exploded afterward with clips and shaky phone videos, none of them could fully capture the gravity of what happened in that venue, where Brett Young didn't just perform, he reclaimed his space in music, telling every person who ever questioned his silence or doubted his return that he wasn't just back, he was born anew. And as the final chords faded, he stood in silence, hands clasped, head bowed, then looked up with that signature grin, older now, wiser, but unmistakably Brett, and simply whispered, "Thank you." And though he left the stage to roaring cheers, what lingered in the air wasn't just applause but a deep, collective understanding that they'd all just been a part of something they couldn't quite name but would never forget. And for those who missed it, no recap or headline or highlight reel could possibly recreate the emotional electricity that pulsed through that arena, because what Brett Young gave wasn't a show, it was a statement, a love letter to resilience, vulnerability, and the soul of country music itself, reminding us all that the best comebacks don't scream, they sing softly, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss them, but if you are, they'll change you forever. And now, as fans replay the moment, study every lyric, and hold on to those raw memories like treasures. One thing is certain, Brett Young isn't just back, he's rewritten the rules of what a comeback can be, and every second of that night, from the first spotlight to the final bow, proved that real artistry doesn't need noise, hype, or pyrotechnics, it just needs truth, and Brett delivered it in waves, reminding us that sometimes the quietest voices shake the ground the hardest, and if you're only just hearing about it now, you owe it to yourself to feel what thousands already did. Because this isn't just a trending story, it's a turning point in the journey of a man who disappeared just long enough to find himself and return stronger than ever. So don't scroll past, don't treat this like another concert recap, because what Brett did wasn't just special, it was once-in-a-career kind of magic, and missing it is missing more than music, it's missing a piece of history.